President Zelensky, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
I just want to say, look, your political journey, which you spoke about in your speech, is about as amazing as President Trump's. It's very, very unusual. He was a businessman, a very successful reality television host, very high ratings. You yourself have been a comedian and an actor, and you played a president on a show in your homeland. Do you sometimes wish you had stayed in television?
I think many people will see my answer. Іноді так, іноді
Sometimes I think about that, right?
я думаю про це, як змінилося.
Sometimes I think how my life has changed.
How much has this domestic American situation with the impeachment and the call to you affected your key aim of bringing people home and ending the war? How much has it affected your ability to focus on what you need to focus on?
In my previous life, no, I mean that I was waiting this question, of course. I have many questions about impeachment everywhere. But, in my previous life, in my previous profession, I truly say, when I was producer, scriptwriter, and actor, I wanted to get Oscar. I wanted to be very popular in USA. Now I'm very popular in USA. But I didn't want to find such way. But, you know, but if this way will help Ukraine, I'm ready for next call with Mr. Trump. Now we have very good relations with USA. And I want to thank you guys and thank everybody and President and USA, just ordinary American people, first of all, for support Ukraine, especially now when we have war. Thank you for your help and applause to every American people. We feel it. Feel it with our hearts, with our body. And I always say to everybody, to USA and to Europe, everybody help, but help more.
I know you've been asked a million times about quid pro quo, and you say there wasn't a quid pro quo, but you have also talked about the necessity of having aid and for it not to be held up in any form or fashion. To the Time magazine and a bunch of others, you said, we're at war. If you're our strategic partner, then you can't go blocking anything for us. I think that's just about fairness.
Так, і бачите.
That's right. And you see now there is no blocking, nobody blocks nothing.
Говоримо про іншу військову підтримку.
And at present, we are talking about a different level of military assistance and support. On the whole, this is a very substantive program for the sum of $700 million, and this is the priority, one of the priorities.
When you heard first that aid was being blocked, what went through your mind in terms of your fight against the Russians, in terms of your actual political, psychological, military position vis-à-vis a very strong opponent, and that is Vladimir Putin?
Це був момент тактики.
That was a tactical moment. We needed that aid. Tactically, we had to win, to have an upper hand in this story and not to damage our relations with the United States.
You've said you don't...
І дуже... Да, окей, it's okay. It's enough. It's enough, I think.
You've said that you don't think Ukraine should be a chessboard of the big global players so that someone could toss us around, use us as cover as some part of a bargain. As for the US, I would really want for them to help us, to understand us, to see that we are a player in our own right. Do you think you've achieved that now?
Ну, ви самі три питання.
You put three questions, this way or the other, asking about the impeachment topic.
This is about Ukraine as a chess player,
No.
as a chess piece.
Yes, I understood. I mean the questions before. I mean the questions before. Тому якщо ми дуже багато
If we ask too many questions about this topic, then Ukraine is a chess player in this case.
As you know, because of all of this, Ukraine has been labeled one of the most corrupt countries in the world. That is one of the reputational damages to your country in the wake of all of this. And recently, I mean, you know, really recently, in November, around Thanksgiving, President Trump told Fox News, why should we give money to a country that's known corrupt? It's a very corrupt country. I mean, I love the people in Ukraine. I know Ukrainian people. They're great people. But it's known as being the third most corrupt country in the world.
Це неправда. That's not truth. That's not truth. When I had meeting with Mr. President Trump, and he said about that. He said that previous years it was so corrupted country, Ukraine. I told him very honestly, and I was very open with him. I told him that we fight with corruption. We fight with this. Fight each day. But please stop to say that Ukraine is a corrupted country, but because from now it's not truth. We want to change this image, and all of our guys, all of our team, look at our team. Please, you have everything. I know FBR. You can check. Що ми вкрали? Stolen, да? Англійською stolen. Yeah. What we stolen? What I did in my life, in my previous life, in my today's life, what I've did. All money I have, I've got it with my talent. That's it. And we have the same team, new, young team, different, not all of them young, you see. We have another team in Ukraine now, and nobody from us, we took nothing from government. So we paid always taxes, what we did. So you have to stop, do this image for Ukraine.
So finally, Mr.
Thank
President,
you so much.
in your first call with the President after your election, after your victory, the President invited you to the White House. Do you think it's going to happen? Do you have any date on the calendar?
Я впевнений, що це відбудеться.
I'm sure it will happen.
Ви знаєте, мені здається, що
Well, you know, it seems to me that the last time that I met the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, we talked about that, and I said I would very much like that my visit to the United States would be something special for both countries, with an important and substantive outcome and result for both countries, something beneficial for both countries. So the ball is in the courtyard of the United States of America. But we are always happy to see everyone in Ukraine, so I'm ready to invite President Trump to come to Kyiv. And I'm ready to welcome him to Kyiv earlier than he is available.
President Zelensky, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much.